Me know if you can hear me when you get in here. Um, I'm not expecting a big crowd tonight. That's fine. Hey Arturo, how are you doing? How's your week been so far, Arturo? Iron Dog, how are you doing? Kurtwood, are you pulling an all-night thing over there on your channel? Because I'm going to leave my iPad and my phone plugged in. Yeah, Chris has some great ideas. Yeah, Iron Dog is like an OG when it comes to YouTube ideas. Okay, thanks Iron Dog, because that lets me know to stay logged in over there, man. Let's rack him up some hours, man. Let's do it. You know, I need to do the same thing over here on this channel because I'm stuck at 1,400 hours on this channel. That's why I'm still doing lives from over here. But I was going to explain a little bit about that and what kind of what's going on. Excuse me. Brad Clark, thank you for being here, Brad. It's always good to see you. Leaving it on running on the beardy. Okay, three. Okay, got you guys. Iron Dog, I'm falling in behind you. You know me, I'm a soldier. An Iron Dog, man, you know, publicly, thank you for all the help, all the ideas, all the stuff that you selflessly give to other people in a very competitive world, so to speak. You know, I'm personally, you know, I don't get really upset when like someone surpasses me in views. You know, like I mean, like Kurtwood did with this channel over here. Like he blew past me in view or in subscribers, and I was kind of like, that Kurtwood, that just is getting on my nerves. Just kidding. You know, people. One thing about YouTube is, it seems like people watch your videos for different reasons, and I always get Chris is a saint even through his stuff. Yeah, he is. Kurtwood, Iron Dog. I'm glad he. You know what? I'm glad he lives like 4 blocks away from me. It's like so cool to find him, and then he shows up when you need help with something. I'm hoping that I can show up when he needs help with something in the not so dear distant future. Um, Kind of a crazy week over here. Married into a family where like your birthday is a big deal, and oh, you're going to celebrate your birthday whether you want to or not. We'll have a party and we'll just leave you out. And I'm like, hey, okay, yeah. Once you start getting past your 40s, birthdays to me are not a big thing. They were a big thing when you were a kid. But anyway, my wife's cousin, who lives over in Manford. I got to think about this. Make sure I don't say any names or anything. He passed away yesterday. And yesterday night, my family had like planned a birthday get together for me. And so they wanted to go on with it, and I'm okay that they did. I mean, I'm not upset that they did. Even though it's kind of a little rough, like you don't feel all jubilant when you're kind of thinking about, planning a service or whatnot. And I'm not saying that to like bum everybody out, but just to say it's kind of been one of those crazy kinds of weeks. That's a that's kind of a foreshadowing, I guess. But we over here, what I've basically done. Wait a second. You know what? Hang on. I'm going to add Iron Dog as a moderator. I'm going to go ahead and add Kurtwood as a moderator. Because I only have myself and generally a smaller live presence, I don't feel the need to have like everybody be a moderator on my channel. And then I've had some friends whose channels have been hacked, or not hacked, but like somehow like the wrong person gets a hold of the moderator wrench and they start having all kinds of problems in their live. I don't want that to be over here. Ah, yeah, but Kurtwood, look, you've got a nifty blue wrench now. Don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me, bro. Guys, a long time ago, back around 2009, I've probably said this before. I'm kind of keeping an eye on things, but I really delved into research of these snake-related festivals called Rattlesnake Roundups, and basically started Roundup Rodeo as a secondary channel to document everything that I could and get it all in one place. I've got another YouTube channel that I started in 2010 for the same issue, and a lot of those videos, some of them got some traction, some of them didn't hold up well over the course of time. A lot of them were shot in 720 or 1080. And basically, I wanted to get as much of that footage as I could and get it on Roundup Rodeo, and at least going forward, stash it all there. Now, some things people don't really understand is they see a channel like that, and some people automatically think you're promoting that or that you agree with that. I actually don't. I think some level of hunting rattlesnakes, or at least the western diamondback rattlesnake, is sustainable, although I really wish Texas would get rid of gas. Gassing burrows, that just needs to be illegal. Benji, sorry for the misunderstanding earlier. Okay, in the United States, Benji, we can call a benzo like a Mercedes Benz. So like if I call you Benzo, that might like mean like I'm calling you top of the line kind of dude, and just playing on your name. Sorry about the confusion earlier. But anyway, in 2019, I graduated from Oklahoma State University with a master's degree in environmental science. And I'm very proud of achieving that degree. Very, very, was excited to kind of work in the field at the time. I didn't see a lot of the stuff coming before me that wound up happening. But I got a master's degree in environmental science, and literally since 2009, with the exception of last year I made one roundup. I literally made one roundup in Oklahoma. A friend of mine who also is contributing video towards that channel over there. Um, Love you too back, Benji. Man, you know I never do anything that hurt you or even get a dig on in on you. You know, you're like a brother, Benji. You know that. You see what I say on Instagram. But anyway, you go to Reptiles Magazine or just Google Reptiles Magazine, Todd Autry. My article will pop up. The late Russ Case actually requested that I write an article for Reptiles Magazine on the issue because at the time, and still today, I still don't know anyone that has the boots on the ground, backroom working knowledge that I do. And how this all happened is I started out being a definite critic of rattlesnake roundups. I still am to a large degree. I don't think they should be hunted in the numbers they are. I don't think gasoline, which is illegal in Oklahoma but still legal in Texas, I don't think gasoline should be used. Don't think it's sporting at all. But either way, you know, I kind of took after my dad passed away in 2020. I decided to take kind of a hiatus from standard work. I didn't want to go into an office, be there at 8 in the morning, hear about it if you're there at 8:04, and kind of, you know, stuff like that. I didn't want that kind of life for myself. So I started thinking, you know, how can you get out of it? How can you do something else? That's right, the moon is eclipsing right now, and I thought I'd get out there and look at it. I may be a little too late where I'm at. But anyway, I digress. Back to the message. Um, Basically, I'm not a big fan of rattlesnake roundups. There's a couple of the ones in Texas and a couple of the ones in Oklahoma that take much smaller amounts than the bigger ones. And while I'm not a huge fan, I'm also like, I don't know how much it's hurting the environment because, you know, if you're not gassing a burrow, you can hunt the burrow, you know, year after year, and you don't basically ruin the burrow. But anyway, when you're dealing with an issue like rattlesnake roundups, it's like a highly microculture issue. You know, you inevitably start out making a lot of enemies. A lot of these people used to not like me, and today they do. Today, I've got a lot of friends involved with them, and they know that at the root of my belief system is, you know, I don't believe in free handling venomous snakes. I don't believe in making, you know, the processing of them for food items or skin items a show. I don't like that. None of us do. What happened is one of my videos on my Roundup Rodeo channel took off and really dragged the rest of the channel into a place where I could you know, monetize. Hey, Mr. J, how are you doing? Mr. J, if you get a chance, man, check out my other channel, Roundup Rodeo. I'm going to see if I can drop a link. Or, Ariel, if you're there, can you drop a link? Um, um, I'm good, Mr. J. My other channel, Roundup Rodeo, I basically had some video from it that took off and pushed me into monetization. So I'm trying to get a link so I can drop it. So you can sub it if you want. Please be advised, not everything on that channel is going to be I don't want to say you're not going to like it, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get it to the point where um, the point where I'm adding more. Thank you, Variel. Thank you, Kurtwood and Iron Dog. I'm just trying to maximize the monetization while I've got it. I'm like 50% through the monetization process, and I'm still working it out with AdSense. But basically, while I've got, Derek's Reptiles was probably, oh, thank you, Mr. J. I appreciate you. Make sure you follow the playlist Wild Rattlesnakes, because all that is going to be happy footage. All that is not going to be hard to watch. It's not going to be controversial. There's no blood. On the other channel, or on the other playlist, there's a little blood. But anyway, yeah, exactly, Benji. Thanks. Now there's all kinds of blue in here. But either way, what I have on that channel is I have like each individual roundup, like listed, and I have the video from that roundup, even if it's from different years, listed on there. There's a couple that I really can't get into anymore because I have to have someone else go get the footage for me, because they will literally try to kill me if I show up in that town. We raised a big stink about it back around 2009 to 2012. It kind of lost a lot of steam when Texas Parks and Wildlife decided they didn't need to pass the gassing ban for the collection of rattlesnakes. I would have walked away from the issue if that would have been it at that point. So, but either way, what I did was I made this video channel to where if I tried to sell an abstract to work on a dissertation for my PhD in environmental science, focusing on human-animal conflict to a university, I could say, look, here's all this work that I've done on rattlesnake roundups. And then I'm not even going to bother getting a PhD if I can't do it and it be focused on the roundup issue. It's literally, that's the only way I can take that any further. Hey, Machines Tube, good to see you. But needless to say, midnight there. Oh, dude, it's 3 a.m. here. Where you at, Machines? Let me know, because I'm interested. But basically, I kind of wanted all my roundup video and stuff and research that I had done to be in a couple places to where, like, if I'm addressing a faculty board and say, look, here's what I want to research. Here's the abstract. And then if they say, how do we know that you can do, how do we know that you can do this or get these people to work with you? It's I could be like, well, look, here's a YouTube channel that has 20 years of video from where I attend these things, from where I film at these things. Here's festival organizers that have already told me I can come in and do whatever I want. I can come in the weekend they hold their festival, I can shoot the video I want, I can get the pictures I want, I can interview who I want, I can pull their record books. That's a huge thing. Not a lot of those organizations will let you do that. Nevada, you're kind of West Coast, I think. Yeah, because it's I'm in Oklahoma and we're rolling up on 3 a.m. here. But basically, I wanted to have something where I could say, look, okay, here's this, here's that. Oh, and here's a YouTube channel. It may not mean anything to you guys having a YouTube channel, but here's where you can watch the kind of video I get. Here's where you can see my interaction with these people. Because, I don't want to say this too loud, well, I'll probably just leave it at this point. But when you approach a environmental science faculty group, or even like a biology faculty group at a lot of major universities, and say I want to focus on rattlesnake roundups, they're like, um, "Hey, cheers to you, machines." They're kind of like, "Why don't you do something like, you know, coyotes and their impact on, chickens, or erosion caused by wild mustangs." They literally want to get you to focus on anything besides snakes, but I'm not going to do it. It is going to be my way, or it's going to be the highway. I mean, I can I can live the rest of my life with an associate's, a bachelor's, and a master's. It's so not a problem. Um, anyway, I've even met people in the environmental science program at Oklahoma State who have said, they understand food webs, they understand, that snakes provide, a great service to this ecological niche, but still, if one shows up at my doorstep, I'm killing it. You wouldn't think you would find that kind of snake hatred amongst people who are educated on the environment, but it runs deep. It is out there. And anyway, basically, what I'm kind of wanting to get across to anyone who follows my channel pretty religiously is the one thing I can ask you is to sub Roundup Rodeo. And I wish you could turn on the bell for just the playlists, but right now, the only thing I'm uploading over there, and probably for some time, is just footage of wild, and I'll probably throw in some captive rattlesnakes at some point as I get it, or as I need to release something different. I'll probably do that. Um, because I mean, I've got a monetized platform, and I need to, if the money's going to be there, I'm going to take it. I mean, you'd kind of be stupid not to, especially when you're kind of in a semi-retired period. I'm I'm working on like lining up some contract kind of work where like I kind of can go at this job, do this environmental site assessment at this time, and then go back over here and finish up, turn in all the paperwork, and be out of there. I absolutely hate punching a time clock. I hate worthless meetings. Um, I just literally can't tolerate that stuff when you get dragged into a corporate meeting and you like sit around for an hour and a half and talk about nothing, or you talk about some things of importance and then you slide back off to other issues. I just view it as like a waste of time. And so I really don't want the corporate life. I mean, I'm cut out for it. I can handle it. I can do it. I just don't want to do it anymore. Right, Iron Dog. And that's one thing Derek kept pounding through my head is take advantage of that channel being monetized. And but then there's so much roundup footage on that channel that's why I just turned off all the comments on roundup related stuff for the most part, because people from other countries, not slamming them, but if they can't read English, some of them think you're supporting it. They try to, flag it or leave nasty comments, and they don't understand your take, and they don't understand that it's not just a black and white issue. Um, People who keep snakes as pet snakes, um, who stand against the rattlesnake roundups, which I understand because most snake lovers would. Um, how are they gonna shut these things down? I mean, ask yourself that question. If they wanted to, which I don't think they do, because they just get so much money from hunters to keep it going. But they could do it through snake possession laws. there are towns with rattlesnake hunts here in Oklahoma where you can like legally have like 3 boxes of rattlesnakes in your garage, but you can't legally own a ball python. It's kind of stupid. And so, weighing the issue out here in Texas and Oklahoma versus a bunch of other issues that are big as well, it kind of can be a tricky territory. And but anyway, I'm trying to take my best stock footage and get it uploaded to the Wild Rattlesnakes playlist on Roundup Rodeo. So like people can go and kind of sort of know this playlist has the stuff I'd want to see. This other playlist doesn't. And if Mr. J, if if blood doesn't bother you, by all means hit some of the Roundup video. It's interesting stuff. It's interesting to see people cart in boxes of 20, 30 Western Diamondbacks and weigh them and you know and sell them. It's unfortunate. It's an ecological travesty in my opinion. But also, we haven't seen the sharp population declines with the Western Diamondback like we have with the Eastern Diamondback, which has been hunted into obliteration. But also, the Eastern Diamondback faces a ton of real estate development that is not currently affecting a large majority of Western Diamondback populations. Brad Clark, I agree. I agree. The thing I kind of worry about is how people who like know me from the reptile community and the science community and stuff like that are going to view something like that being out there. Cause see that channel, I uploaded video like to it every other month for like 2 years, and none of it got above like 5,000, 10,000 views. Like one or two videos got over 5,000 views. Then in the middle of the night, over 2 weeks, one video just starts screaming to the top, and it's got 1.2 million views now, and that's where a large majority of my watch time comes from. Um, and so, I've got to keep that stuff out there. I mean, there are other organizations that have videos on the topic, but they're so activisty, if that's a word. I don't think it is. But they're so hell bent on certain things, certain animal rights groups, things like that. That not only or do they want to shut the roundups down, they also want to shut down like reptile shows, captive keeping, stuff like that. Zoos. I mean, believe me, I see people, and I know their organizations. I know a lot of people in the animal rights field. Um, it's not a field I'm fond of, but our paths have just crossed. So believe me when I say they don't mind trying to shut it all down. Um, exactly, Iron Dog. The thing that's kind of funny, Iron Dog, is like I was the national like spokesperson on this issue, um, and have been for years because Vice contacted me to be in their video. They came to me. I didn't say, "Hey, I found out you guys are doing this video. I want to be in it." One of their producers messaged me on Facebook. I actually thought it was a porn bot at first. No joke. I'm not going to repeat the guy's name because I don't want him to think that I'm making fun of him. But the guy had this name and it just sounded like a bad porn star name. Um, right, Iron Dog. And there was a lot behind that as well. It's like part of me really didn't want to do something associated with Vice, but also I knew if I didn't take that spot, they were going to give it to someone else who didn't really deserve it and who has like zero ground experience, zero experience with the hunters, zero experience with everything. And And, and despite the fact that, I've written articles stating my feelings, I've been on things like Vice, I've been on several different podcast type people have interviewed me. Edgar Ortega, former president or I think, no, he's back to being the current president of the Central Valley Herpetological Society in California. Um, he interviewed me, Jason White from Daily Reptile News. That was like 12 years ago. That guy interviewed me. Um, John F. Taylor, who I'm no longer in touch with, but that's okay. He's still a good dude. Um, um, you know, a lot of people have interviewed me. So, but we also know the world of social media. People want to go after people when they don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, Benji, Wolf, a lot of Wolf's big videos, um, from what I understand, got he had to he, I want to say he had to remove them to get his monetization back. I haven't talked to him lately. I've reached out to him. He hasn't hit me up. He hasn't returned my calls. I'm sure I'll hear from him eventually. But I haven't talked to the guy in a while, and which I've kind of figured he might be going through a hard time over the whole monetization issue. But my understanding was that's how he got his monetization back. And yeah, and I don't know. I would hit him up directly for a more complex understanding of what's happening. But I don't know. To me, I've only got one video that went over 1 million views. And if they told me I had to remove it, I'd be like, okay, this just is no longer worth it. Yeah, thanks, machine. Yeah, and I've still got a Kurtwood's Beardy playing in the other room. It's pretty classic. That's what I like about having multiple monitors and TVs and things. I mean, you can cast something, let it play on one station while you're doing something else with your other system. There's the man right there, Derek's Reptiles. Um, well, Benji, that's my concern for my channel over there. Is I do worry that it will be targeted. Um, Previous channels I've had have been, and so I'm kind of like weighing how to do that, how to address that, how to mess with that. I'm trying to get all the money I can out of AdSense while they're around and while I am monetized, which I mean I'm assuming I'll stay monetized. But do 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 do. Um um but anyway, yeah, that is something I worry about. And you know, I can't worry about it too much right now. What I can do right now is get Dogfather. That's funny. What I can do right now is get more of my video released over there where it can make more money and build more audience. And we all know most of us YouTube veterans around here are people that have gotten a channel monetized or had a channel for 5 years. That they know someone whose account got hacked or they lost their channel. I had a friend who got monetized and he wasn't monetized for 2 weeks and he lost his monetization over one feeding video. I never could figure out why one feeding video lost him monetization, but it just did. So anyway, anytime you embark on a venture like this, which kind of we're doing something with YouTube, it's kind of along the lines of being an entrepreneur. You just kind of have to control the product that you put out on their market, and Derek was one of the first people. Derek and the Dog Father both pointed out to me that when a channel's monetized, they're making money off of it. You're making money off of it. Um, and so it's more likely to be promoted or suggested. Stuff falling on my desk. It's more likely to be promoted or suggested if that's the case. And so, anyway, I definitely have not given up hope on this channel. It's just, it's not growing. It's kind of leveled off at 1,400 hours. I'm still doing my lives over here because they get some hours. But literally 3 years on this channel, and I've got 1,300 subscribers and very few watch hours. And I understand kind of the style of video I do. Not everybody is going to be into that. I get that. But you put out like 10 minutes of really above average footage, and you don't get, people watching a minute, 2 minutes of your video, you kind of start going, what the heck? And the reason I kind of went that way, as opposed to the whole, like, Noah Fields, Smetlogic, Luby type field herping video, is a lot of people in my early videos commented and said, this is what we like about your channel. You don't have 10 minutes of introductions. You just get straight. You just get straight to the point. You don't spend a lot of time, doing this and tons of B-roll and stuff. And I got to thinking about. I got to thinking about, like, did I really want to alter what I did? And I kind of came to the conclusion that I can, but I'm going to produce a lot less video. Instead of 10 videos representing 10 different species, that's going to be 2 different field herping trips. And see you, Brad. You take care. And yeah, exactly, because that's one of the things that pops up when you look up Roundup Rodeo, is it goes straight to the rodeo videos, which those folks joining don't bother me at all. Hell, anyone joining doesn't bother me at all. Yeah, and it is a grind, Kurtwood. Totally agree. Unless just, I mean, I should say this. My other channel was not that much of a grind, because I just uploaded the videos as is without very few had narration, very few had even minor edits, and it was just like plug and play. And then one video took off and carried that channel. Yeah, I've heard that Two Machines tube. I'm not sure. I haven't heard that from anyone verified at YouTube, but I have heard what you're talking about. But yeah, and Derek, man, I appreciate everything, Derek. You've so went over and above and beyond. Someone who's helpful, and that's why I like, if I don't get 20,000 subs or 50,000 subs or whatever, I'd almost rather not, and not deal with like a ton of haters, and deal with the people who I know who are helpful, who will have my back if there's controversy, who will act in that manner. Exactly, Derek. Same back at you. Your family too. Just like Mr. J, just like Iron Dog, just like Ariel. I mean, but anyway, you're tripping. I want 20,000 subs. Derek, you deserve 20,000 subs. I don't. But I, back in my mind, I hope we both get them. I just don't want to I want to have like a lot of good other footage on that channel before it grows like huge or something. Um, yeah, Machines Tube puts out some interesting video, Kurt. He's worth a sub. He does some good stuff. Um, yeah, Kurt, I can't disagree. Um, I took this channel, the Angry Aatrox, and was hovering around 500, 600 subs when SmetLogic did a shout out video on me. Check out SmetLogic Herping. They did a shout out video on me, and that got me 150 to 200 subs overnight. I didn't notice my I didn't notice my watch counts or my time going up exponentially, but I did notice that when I premiere a video, it seems like it would get more views. But anyway, then Desert Wolf came along. Desert Wolf Armory guy shouts me out. I get like 200. That pushed me over 1,000. We were both on a live that night or something, and he was like, hey, let's get Todd over 1,000, and I'm like, and I was like, thanks, dude. I mean, heck, I've always been a fan of yours. I've always left comments on your videos. Then our paths crossed, and I shouted you out. Okay, gotcha. I'm tracking. I was kind of confused about who you were talking about, Derek, because of what Kurt said right above you. But yeah, that's SmetLogic. And they've got some great field herping videos. They do crazy things. They go off in Arizona, which is where they now live, and they do a lot of like herping like around the monsoon season, so they find some crazy things. But Iron or Desert Wolf, I almost called him Iron Wolf. That'd have been funny. Desert Wolf shout out. That was like what got me over 1,000 views or 1,000 subs on this channel, and more or less, like I said, I'm hovering around 1,400 watch hours on this channel. And so I'm going to be uploading more and more to my monetized platform. I'm not going to do lives over there yet. There's some stuff I got to figure out about that doesn't really, before I did lives over there, I would have to figure some stuff out. And yeah, my impressions are way up on my monetized channel. Let me see if I can get Ariel's link real quick. Or Ariel, if you can, well, hang on, I've got you right here, Ariel. Here you go. Everyone sub Ariel. She is good people. She does live. She does cooking videos. And they're pretty entertaining. She did one on ginger beer, homemade ginger beer. I love that video. That was great. And also, excuse me, if you're one of those guys like me that can't really cook well, keep a channel like Ariel's around, because you can tell your wife, I'm going to make dinner one night, and you can just watch Ariel's channel, go to the grocery store, come home, and you can just follow step by step what she does. And you can knock it out of the park, guys. You can really impress your women this way. Yeah. Hey, Kurtwood, who doesn't? But she's down under. Hopefully, before long, she's up here. And she has a great YouTube channel. She's a great team player. She's someone you want on your side. Once in a while someone pops in my chat and I'm like, I hope this guy doesn't come back. It's definitely not Ariel, Viking, Venturer, and Victuals. She has a great channel. Check it out all the way. But guys, I kind of wanted to explain a little tonight about what that channel is about over there. I may eventually, after the monetization is through, um, change it to Rattlesnake Rodeo to encompass more things or all things rattlesnake. One of the things I've really wanted to do is definitely document some of the snake handling churches in the Appalachian Mountains and in the southeastern United States. Um, I kind of know some of those people. I find somewhat they do fascinating, but that's another snake meets people intersection that I do find sort of interesting. Guys, we are about at the 45-minute mark. I'm going to leave this live up. Please don't feel you have to support both channels. If you have to make a choice, go hit Roundup Rodeo. I mean, that's just where it's at right now. This channel isn't going anywhere. I will probably keep uploading stuff to it, but the uploads over here have taken a back seat to the uploads over there. There's just no way around it. Yeah, and that's right. That's right. Ariel's videos, like literally anyone can. I don't say anyone can do what she does, but she shows you in a way that to where almost anyone could just grab this, fold it like this, put it in the oven, bam. She's great. Yeah, Iron Dog, if you can, that's great, and I appreciate that. Uh, I just didn't want people feeling like because I followed them, they had to follow both of my channels. Um, are you talking about Ariel's machines, or are you talking about Roundup Rodeo? This is Ariel's channel. Can I borrow 1,000? Kurtwood, if I knew how to loan it to you, if I could like PayPal you the hours or something, I guess I would. But let me find it over here. Okay. There you go, Machines Tube. I appreciate your support, bud. Like I said, I've got a lot of people I know that I follow their channel, they follow mine religiously. I want to make sure they're following me on the one that I need the support on right now. Granted, I kind of would like to get more support over here and grow this, but at the end of the day, I'd rather have 2 monetized channels than none at all. But, gang, I'm going to have to go let the dog out pretty quick. Thank you for stopping in. Get back over to Kurtwood's, or Kurtwood75's channel tonight. Kurtwood, can you drop your link? Drop your link, or drop your link to the video. I appreciate that, Kurt. Oh gosh, I'm gonna let that be between Benji and Ariel. That's great. I just wanted to come on. I wasn't trying to cut into anyone else's business. Say thank you to a few people, but kind of explain how it got there. Not apologizing for it at all in any way. It's just it is what it is. Life's taken me down a funny path, and some people actually hate you for it. When the end result of what you're trying to do is good and will help animals. But anyway, gang, I'm going to cut out of here. I slept 14 hours last night and some of today. And so I'm going to probably tune into Kurt's Beardy Cam and see if I can, I don't know, watch that the rest of the night or something. But either way, Kurt, I'll get you some watch hours. Trust me, buddy. I can do that. I can make that happen. And I found an app where you could like open up the same video in like several different browsers or different windows or something like that. Outdoors with Big Matt, I'm just ending over here, so if you don't want to stick around, I understand. I do appreciate your support, bud. Outdoors with Big Matt, another great channel, like them. But anyway, yeah, it's like you could like launch the same video into like Chrome, Mozilla, Edge, all these other things, and it like you could play the same video on like 9 different applications and or not applications, but like 9 different browsers and get like your one view could count 9 times. And they said, that if you get caught, all they're going to do is like take some of your views back. So I'm like, I need to look that up because that's just interesting. Although I'm not saying cheat. I'm not saying cheat at all. But I wouldn't doubt that some of these people with millions of subscribers or whatever actually use stuff like that anyway, or they're doing that for each other. Um, Definitely machines tubes. So Outdoors with Big Matt, if you can go back and roll back and catch this live stream, I'd appreciate it. If you can't, no worries. I was telling people to support my Roundup Rodeo venture. The link is in here. And I think I comment on your page from that channel quite a bit because that's where I'm logged into these days. But still going to be doing the lives over here, probably do some shorts over here. Um, um, and whatnot, and definitely not letting go of this channel at all. But I didn't think it'd be working. I didn't think what would work. Needs. I thought it needed separate accounts. Are you talking about having 2 monetized channels, Ariel? And I am talking about separate accounts. They're just tied to the same emails or the same email address. But either way, gang, I'm gonna have to go walk the dog. And Benji, can I call you free from the United States, like over Instagram? I appreciate it, Big Matt. Oh, okay, Ariel. No, I got you. The thing I saw made it look like you didn't have to, but I don't know. Like I said, I haven't got around to trying it. But and that's probably how some people get caught. Um, but but anyway, gang, I'm gonna take care of business around here. It's cold. It's like in the 30s tonight. We're almost to freezing here, if not already. I'm gonna go out and see if I can see the moon. But I appreciate everyone being here tonight. I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate you guys listening to me. Those who are subbed to both channels, I really appreciate it. Um, it's 32 right now. Okay, thanks, Iron Dog. But thank you all for being here. Machines, good seeing you again. Outdoors, Big Matt, good seeing you over here. Everybody else, you already know. Get over to Kurt Woods and watch his Beardy stream. And Benji, I may try to call you in a minute. Let me get out of here and see what I can work out. Thanks for watching.